Hey pillars, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm doing a product review of headphones that were sent to me by Haylou. These are bone conduction headphones that I've always wanted to try and test, and I've had enough time on my hands where I can actually give you guys an honest and fair review of these headphones. Now, for the majority of my cycling career, I pretty much use always earbuds like these ones that go inside your ear, and I didn't really care because I was a young cyclist, and I didn't care if I didn't hear cars or beeps or pedestrians or any road hazards because, you know, I was young, a young buck that didn't really care about the dangers of being on the road. But these always did intrigue me because I would see cyclists like Chris Froome, not with this brand, but with similar brands for conduction headphones, bone conduction headphones, and I was always intrigued whether or not the sound quality was good. Did it feel better? Was the ride quality better? So in this video, I'm going to give you guys my rundown with this experience of Haylou headphones and give you guys the pros, the cons, and just my overall experience, because this video will surprise you and might convert you from someone that uses, you know, in-ear buds to using bone conduction headphones. So let's jump right into it. Now, I want this review to be very much just cycling related, and I don't want to go too much into the science of how bone conduction work, but basically it sends the vibrations to the bone of the ears where it can stimulate and, you know, send the vibrations to where you can actually hear the sound. So I don't want to give an in-depth thing. If you want to, there's tons of videos on YouTube that explain how does bone conduction technology work. But basically, I was very intrigued with these headphones because the one thing in cycling that we always do encounter are cars on the road. So it doesn't matter if you have, you know, a Garmin Varia light, like a backlight that indicates on your Garmin or your head unit that a car is approaching. I always truly do believe it's better to always be able to hear the car if you are riding, and that's why sometimes I actually would ride with just one earbud. So using this on the road, I was very impressed just off the, first of all, the comfort level. The comfort is actually surprisingly very, very good. It actually has this band, which at the beginning I was very annoyed because I'm not used to a band in terms of, you know, earbuds. But the reason why they have to have this band that I figured out was because it needs to have enough pressure to actually push these parts of the headphones against the bones of your ear to where the sound can be emitted from. So it obviously makes sense in terms of the construction of the headphones why it has to be like that, but in terms of overall comfort, just even at my desk, it has a little bit more pressure than you would be used to. But, you know, after about, you know, 2-3 sessions of using this headphone, it was very, very comfortable after that. Now, the main advantage right away of using a style of headphone like this is that it allows your ears to remain open. So if you do suffer from discomfort, I do not, but you don't like things in your ears, this will solve it right away. These are also IP67 dustproof and waterproof, and I would have to say that the battery life of 8 hours was amazing. I really didn't find myself charging this overly. It was very much when I would use it, you know, it would last for a couple days and then I would recharge it when needed. Now, one of the most surprising pros I experienced while actually testing these Haylou headphones was the fact that I was using an overall lesser volume than I would comparatively when I would use other headphones, which actually surprised me because that meant that the sound quality was spectacular good. And also the other thing I realized was I actually enjoyed hearing the ambient noise on top of having my music playing in the background. So it had this kind of, you know, mix experience of not only would I hear ambient noise, but I would hear my music, and that's very, very hard to achieve if you've ever used earbuds or headphones. It's hard, you know, if you have one, you know, playing music and you want to listen to sounds like the road, the birds, the ocean, the forest, all the wind, all that stuff. It's very hard to have this, you know, harmony in between both sound. So the fact that when you use bone conduction and the way Haylou did it, it feels very comfortable. It feels very premium. That's one thing I really want to note too, if I haven't noted it already. It feels very good quality in terms of just the overall build of these headphones. They're built to last. I've dropped these a couple of times and no problem. I've also taken calls on these headphones while riding because, as many of you guys know, when you are riding, family members, friends, they will call you. So the fact that this was able to communicate without any confusion in terms of what I was saying, I was very impressed because usually with headphones, you have that problem when you're on the bike because you have wind, etc., etc. So I was very impressed. We're going to watch my review of me after a bike ride at the beach, and that's kind of like my concluding thoughts, but very, very impressed. The biggest things I've seen after using them for a month is just basically safety is way better now because I can actually hear beeps behind me. I can hear the ocean in terms of, that's more in terms of enjoyment. You hear a lot more ambient noises. So if you're climbing, you hear a lot of birds. You hear that stuff where if you have music playing with earbuds, you won't hear that. Now, the other second thing I really like about these headphones is that they're very secure. Now, in terms of sound quality, I was very skeptical in terms of how they would actually sound and the quality, because I'm used to having very clear sound when I do ride my bike in terms of music, and I was very surprised how good these actually sound, especially when you consider they're not in your ear, they're beside your ear. Going forward, this might be my new daily headphone in terms of cycling, because just how good the sound quality is and just the overall comfort and the fact that I feel even closer to nature. Obviously, we all cycle for different reasons. One of my reasons was for exploration and just being outside with nature. So the fact that this helps me feel more involved in that, definitely a big plus. Now, to end this video, I just want to say I really enjoyed testing these headphones, mainly because I've been riding ever since 16. I just turned 24, and for my entire cycling career, I've used in-ear buds, meaning that I use headphones that went in my ear, and using headphones like this that use bone conduction and have nothing in my ear was surprisingly a very eye-opening experience. And it actually, like you saw in the video of me reviewing it at the beach, it really makes me question what will be my daily driver going forward, and it really makes me question, am I going to go for bone conduction, or am I going to stick to, you know, my standard? And I think what I will do, if I haven't noted it in this video, I think for indoor riding, I personally don't like how loud my trainer is, and it's one of those noises that you don't really want to hear while you're riding. I even have a Tax Neo Gen 1, which is a very quiet trainer to begin with, comparatively to the old fluid trainers that you definitely would want your ears to be, you know, the loudest possible, so you don't have to hear the fluid trainer in the background. So, but I would say for indoor training, I don't want to hear ambient noise. I'd rather just focus on my intervals or whatever I have for that training session indoors. I'd rather have earbuds that drain a lot of the noise out. When it comes to the road, as long as you have a good working bike, you don't have any creaking bottom bracket sounds coming from your bike or any, you know, mechanicals, then hearing the ambient noises like the birds chirping, the wind through the trees, the ocean when you get close to the shore, all that stuff I do want to hear. So I think going forward, I will be using these when I ride outside, and I will do a long-term review if anything changes. And overall, very, very impressed. Like I said, it takes a while to get adjusted to them, but that's about it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I will leave a link for them if you want to purchase them. If not, I highly suggest you consider it, because until you actually try these, it's hard to convert a lot of people, because like I said, for 8 years, I never considered it. So I'm happy that I finally basically got converted. So if you guys did enjoy this video or found any value in this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of content. I know I always say that, but I feel like now, you know, it's gonna be good. We're gonna be on a good trajectory going forward. So that's about it. Until the next one, keep on pedaling.